Baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm those lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust me when I say I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm these lonely nights. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. We'll say hello to Dashy. Hello, Dashy. Ooh, all right. There we go. Everyone, before we get started, make sure to follow at HeyDavidOn and at KingMabs forever on Twitter. You got Standoff Chart and King Mabs over on the Veve app. And you got Kobe Collects and Omi Player 1 over on the YouTube. Powers of X #1 over here. Kobe Collects down here. And we got Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Tabs Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, and Sody Pop Media, all on the YouTube. Also, you got Charles Merkel, Veve Darklink, Cavell Anderson, and Veve Vibes. Like I said, all on the YouTube. Got at Wet Wizard Veve and Gary O at 1234CA3 on Twitter. You got DerekBrad.com/pages/Veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. Excuse me. Okay. So, I'm in the pants there. I just ate breakfast. Okay. There is a lot to go over today, and I was going to save this for tonight, but alas, alack, I will do it right here. So yesterday evening, I was talking about JP Morgan, New York Stock Exchange. Okay, Vanity Fair. We have Art Patron, our famous LGBTQA plus artist that has made the known for supporting women and minorities, which is hella great. I love that. It feels like non-fungible tokens weren't a thing a couple of years ago, certainly not in the mainstream. If they were mentioned at dinner parties, were those allowed 2 years ago? Most around the table would likely remain blank-faced and glassy-eyed. You'd find yourself trying to grasp the concept, but yada, yada, yada. Some have taken this to the extreme course days into 2022. The first NFT billionaires were minted. Okay, I'm going to wait until I'm going to skip over until it says about our man, not the women, World of Women, which I think I do like what they do, but their art is okay. Moving on. World of Women has generated in excess of 120 million in trading to date, and based on a floor price of roughly 30,000 per NFT, the project has a market capitalization of 300 million, which is a lot. Now, at Christie's, just 1 year prior, Mike Winkleman, aka Beeple, made astounding traction in NFT dealing. The artist had previously sold his prints for 100, but made $69 million in one sale. Everyone remember that? So obviously that caught the attention of a couple of people. One of which being the Rewind Collective logos and the photos. Now, Amar Singh has had his eye on the NFT world long before celebrities realized it was trendy and tech moguls realized it was mega lucrative. Owner of Amar Singh Gallery for 6 years, he has always championed female artists and the underrepresented. His family entrepreneurial background is in activism focusing on LGBTQA+ and female rights. Now, he embraced difficulties during the pandemic, forced upon the arts with closure of theaters and galleries. But over the last year, he has secured $500 million in NFT deals with some of the biggest companies, platforms, and artists in the world. Singh is on track to secure $1 billion in NFT deals by 2024. And he owns 100% of all his operations. Now, when asked about his shift from traditional art to NFT, Singh states, "The opportunities are 1,000 times what they were in the traditional art world, and that means so is the ability to create a positive impact for women and LGBTQA+ communities." He says 2021 was very hard because he lost his grandfather and a close friend to cancer. The two extremes caused so much unrest that he's dedicated to a calmer 2022. And forever a go-getter, Singh's $100 million deal with multi-billion-dollar NFT at Veve came out when he DM'd founder David Yu on Instagram. He says, "I'll go door to door if I have to. I'm trying to change the world over here," says Singh. Now, Veve and Amar have a multi-year collaboration to promote and release works from minority, diversity, and women in art. David Yu says, "I believe art is one of the best vehicles to connect artists and collectors emotionally. Art connects culture and removes any barriers in between. So during the month of March, Veve will be releasing our second collaboration to celebrate Women's Month with multiple releases in the Veve app. So expect a ton. Expect a ton of LGBTQA plus types of art. Expect, these Givenchy Rewind ink logos. Expect a lot more of them. And Veve sprung from New Zealand inking a deal last summer with Marvel, DC Comics, and Universal Pictures, being a multi-billion-dollar franchise already. Who doesn't want a piece of this pie? So, like I said, there's multiple times they have mentioned Veve as being a multi-billion-dollar company. With the likes of Thor and Iron Man under their umbrella, Veve can create a digital collectible for this ultra collectible franchise. But perhaps the most genius aspect of this collaboration is the fact that NFTs are exclusive to their buyers. Owning a Marvel NFT is more of a prized accomplishment than owning a first edition Spider-Man. These are one of a kind. It has been both an honor and a pleasure to be working with this team of talents, David Yu adds. Collectively, these franchises have hundreds of years of creative content. Now we found a new channel and audience, and certainly this has been a pinnacle point in my 25 years in the games and collectibles point. Like I said, the partnership happened in 2021 when the pandemic was still raging on, and Veve's success was not without obstacles. For example, the studio bosses found it incredibly hard to grasp the idea of selling digital collectibles, or whether there was even a market for these NFTs. But grasp it they did, and if it was a collaboration with Marvel hasn't helped parade NFTs proudly before the world, Veve also launched the first James Bond NFTs for Daniel Craig's Last Hurrah as 007 in No Time to Die last year. Fanboys and fangirls of the world are buying the goods and excitably chattering about them on Instagram, digitally communicating their one-of-a-kind purchase, ushering others to get involved, like me. The young, wide-eyed Superman fans will be just as excited by the geriatric millennials who want their own Ghostbusters keepsake and have some extra cash to spend. NFTs are officially mainstream, says Vanity Fair. I think that is the last time they talk about. Oh no, there's David Yu says. So Singh has over 50 NFT projects in contract, and he recognizes that they are a stepping stone to a much wider market and one which can create even more impact for those underrepresented. Quote, NFTs are more than just virtual artworks. They're access to a digital club, but soon these clubs will become digital worlds and brands and will have their own metaverse for their customers. Just imagine if in all these digital territories, there's a strong sense of equality regardless of race, gender, and sexual orientation. That's what I'm trying to build, and my partners like David Yu are helping leading the way, end quote. So like I said, that was a pretty heckin' amazing piece, that Vanity Fair. So we go from the good to the absolutely ridiculous, going here to Chaosium, which suspends plans for future NFTs. I don't even need to read you the article. I can tell you what happens. Basically, they have been getting a lot of pressure from and I mentioned this yesterday, a lot of pressure from their fans, where there's so much misinformation out there. Go and talk to someone that has a little bit of knowledge about NFTs that will say, oh yeah, I heard about NFTs. They're really bad for the environment, I hear. And that might be correct for a lot of projects out there. Obviously not Veve, obviously not anything on Immutable X, which has next to no carbon footprint. The small, tiny amount of carbon footprint they have, they offset by buying carbon credits, which help the environment. So like I said, it's gasless. Like I said, it's pretty much zero carbon footprint. These are the best NFTs that you could buy if you're looking to not damage the environment as well. Dan Schawbel made a really good point on the Veve store before. Not the Veve store, the Veve group on Facebook says a lot of these people don't even care about the environment. They're just signal virtuing, whatever you call it, and they just want to be seen as really good. It's like the people that I think it was Charlize Theron, Charlize, whatever her name is, says, oh yeah, don't be a dumb, just wear a mask. But then the last event she was at, there was not a mask to be found. So I think a lot of these people are virtue signaling, and they're saying, yeah, NFTs are bad. And when Chaosium said we're no longer going to be doing any NFTs, obviously that means Veve as well. Fans are just like, yeah, good. Now I can unblock you. And so picture this. Yesterday, when JP Morgan, all right, let's go through the news from yesterday, just to surmount how absolutely incredibly ridiculous this was. I'm going to say ridiculous in place of the R word. That's another R word. Anyway, JP Morgan is the first major bank into the metaverse, looks at business opportunities. And then we have the New York Stock Exchange saying they file a trademark application for its own NFT marketplace. And then you have Warren Buffett that was in as well, that decided to go into a bank that is very pro-crypto, selling Visa and MasterCard to do so, like $1 billion worth. And then you have the CEOs and people over at BlackRock now saying, yeah, we have $10 trillion in assets, and like 1% is going to go into NFTs and crypto and all this. Like these are not insignificant amounts, and I'm gonna say Chaosium were very, very nice to Veve in the article. They mention a bunch of times that Veve is the exception, and they are not bad for the environment, and their fans are great. But although they've never really made an attempt to try to get to know their fans, on Veve, but I digress. The amount of people that they are hurting by reinforcing their bad behavior, and that bad behavior is not people trying to stand up for their rights. That bad behavior is misinformed people, ignorant people that do not know what, like, they had a chance, Chaosium, to be like, guys, this is what we're doing because of X, Y, and Z. And they did not, because people are, oh, man, this is why politics gets so tribal, because one person is on one side and they think that their side is the best and can do no wrong no matter what, and the other side is just the complete opposite. They think the other side is pure evil and will result in the deaths of like hundreds of millions of people. Now, that again, I have a big issue with leaving money on the table. I think Chaosium made the absolute wrong move. I'm pretty sure Chaosium was one of the people that they had more planned, and they just had to scrap it. Again, if 10,000 people, like if they got 10,000 letters and tweets saying like, "Hey, this is not good. I'm going to unfollow you." Okay, well, that it is nothing compared to the 2 million people that are on Veve right now that would love nothing more than some more, like, not just Cthulhu, which is the first that we got, and some updates to the Book of the Dead would be cool, but there's a lot of other stuff that Chaosium has that would be pretty fun to get on Veve that a lot of people like myself would want. So I think they're missing out on a big opportunity. Again, when you have giant companies like Disney, Marvel, DC, all of those multi-trillion-dollar companies that I was talking about, like BlackRock and New York Stock Exchange, talking about NFTs, and Warren Buffett as well, his company Berkshire Hathaway. Like, you're not doing anything when all these big companies are getting into this, and you're like, no, because even though we know that these NFTs are great, our fans don't like NFTs in general, and they're lumping Veve NFTs in with that. So we're just going to reinforce their bad behavior. We're going to reinforce their ignorance, and we're going to listen to them. What type of ridiculousness is that? I'm sorry, I digress. Maybe there is another article where we could end on some better news. Yes, there is. I know I've been going on for 13 minutes already, but this does involve Veve. This does involve OMI and crypto at large. Colorado Governor Jared Paulus plans to accept crypto tax payments. You heard that correct. Colorado is going to be the first state that is going to say, hey, you know what? Citizens of Colorado, Coloradians, whatever you call them, they are the ones that are going to be able to say, like, if you need to pay taxes and you do not have the appropriate funds, you can pay us in crypto. Now, I do feel two different ways about this. One of this way is very, very positive, because what are they going to do when they get this crypto? Are they going to sell it immediately? Probably not. If this guy is as smart as I think he is, he's going to keep that as part of his treasury. And guess what? That's going to grow. And as that grows, he might say, you know what? We should budget, 1 to 5% of our treasury budget on buying crypto. That might be good for the state. That might be good for the cities. And guess what? He's going to be right. It's going to make a butt ton of money. And other states, it doesn't even have to happen on a state level. It could happen on a city level. A governor could decide to do that. What's happening with the governor of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil? I think it's Rio de Janeiro, where is Brasilia? Some random city in Brazil. They're saying, yeah, we're using part of our budget to be able to go and purchase Bitcoin specifically for the future of their citizens, and they're going to make a butt ton of money. And again, who's the people that are buying right now? Billionaires, banks, BlackRock. A lot of people that try to time the market and be like, I'm going to sell here. I know a crypto winter is coming, and I'm pretty sure a crypto winter is coming as well. But you hodl through that. You hodl and you dollar cost average, and then you hodl and dollar cost average again. Not financial advice. Wealth does not happen overnight. This takes months and years and sometimes decades. But again, if you want generational wealth, that does not happen quickly. That happens over years and years of buying and hodling. Again, it's not just you. Generational wealth meaning like you and your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids and all that jazz. So anyway, I digress. I get a little little crazy about this, but as other states, as this happens, other states will adopt it, other countries will adopt it. And again, people aren't just going to buy Bitcoin. People will buy Ethereum. People will eventually buy top 10 cryptos like Cardano, like Binance, like Solana. What do you think is going to be a top 10 coin in the future? What is safer than Disney as far as crypto goes? OMI. I digress. I am again deflationary as well. This is insane. I have zero sympathy for people that are selling right now. Not because if they have to sell because they have to like pay their mortgage or feed their kids or whatever. I get it, 100%. Take care of your family first. Mostly, although you'd be like, okay, son, you're gonna remember this. We're gonna struggle for like 2 years, but you're gonna remember this when we have, Oprah rich money. But I digress. I'm not a parent. I don't know. Anyway, if you have so outside of those people, the people that are saying like, oh no, this is a stable coin, it's not doing anything. I have zero sympathy for the seller's remorse when everyone else has millions and tens of millions of dollars, and they're like, man, I should have held. I think it was only player one that said like he did that with Doge. He bought and he sold at the when he shouldn't have and missed out on a couple $100,000. You think only player one is ever going to sell again? Like it's when somebody has like like ace. Like ace 8 or whatever. They have ace whatever in Texas Hold'em. And, they fold. And, you know what? What comes out on the flop? Ace, ace, ace. That person will not fold an ace again for another year. They're like, oh, I don't like the kicker. Because stuff like that can happen. Only player one and people like only player one have been punched in the face. They've been burned before. And that causes those people to be able to say, hey, OMI is like the next one of the greatest cryptos that will ever be out there because of what it's attached to and what the app is. And guess what? They are going to be the ones that are never going to sell, and they're going to be the ones that are going to make lots of money. I realize I've been talking for about 17 minutes here. I will get to comments, which are probably going to be insane. But before I do, I really should have made this a video. This was too long to be in a stream. I only like to talk for about 10 minutes on the stream, but alas, here we are. Going to community. Nope. Going to the playlist. Nope. Going to the videos. Yes. If everyone, a free way to support the channel, can go in and smash that like button, that would be really great. Comments and likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. Moving on. Real Talk says, are the Chaosium NFT owners doomed for the possible price appreciation? Okay, all right, so here's another one. So I was watching Poba G. I was on his channel not too long ago. Poba G has a very underrated channel and brought up a very interesting point. The video premiered like 5 or 6 hours ago, and the video is specifically about not Chaosium. It's about what do you call it? The first edition and first appearances and all that. And this does tie into the Chaosium. This does tie into your question. And I'll say the Chaosium thing first is that they don't have. There's no more that's going to come out. There's only one. There's only one set. So yeah, it will probably be very, very good for Chaosium because there's no more going to be made. So this is the only one that you can get, and it's the first time. That is the first time that any NFT had a CE tag, a con exclusive tag. So it's got a lot of layers, like an onion. But that being said, Poba G's video of him saying, "Hey, that first edition, first appearance thing." This is something that I looked over. This is something that nobody else is talking about. So, like I said, very underrated channel for Poba G. Is that what they said in that article? The Eddie Riso, the Joey M, and the Becky Cloonan are all going to stay first edition, even though they're not supposed to be. And those are improperly labeled. They should not be anything, but they are. They're first edition. So actually what I'm going to do at some point is I'm going to load up on some of those before. I might not even sell those. And he tells you why. He says, if you go into, I think it was CSGO, there's a couple of weapons that people were that had back in the day. You could make your own skins for your guns, and there was there was rare, there was like epic, there was but then there was one particular skin set, and it was called contraband, which means that people were playing with guns that weren't really theirs. And the contraband one, why that was so significant is because there was only one of them, and it was like mislabeled. And he goes into all these examples of other things that are mislabeled and and they go for how much. So I don't think anyone's really realized it right now because Eddie Riso is sitting at $14,000. But again, he is a first edition, and that is something that will mean something because it shouldn't be like that. Every single other collectible outside of the Eddie Riso, the Joey M, the Becky Clinton Batman are going to be properly labeled. But these guys will not, just because they're the only ones and they're in the first set. So again, this just adds another layer to rarity and collectability. That what do people that there is a type of Pokemon card in Jungle set that it's called the no symbol error set, where on the bottom right of the picture there's a little symbol, whether it's fossil set, jungle set, gym challenge set, whatever it is. And in one of the print runs, they did a first edition, and then they accidentally did a set. I did a print run where there's no symbols on there, and it's called a error set, a jungle error set, and that is actually as valuable, if not more, than the first editions for the jungle set. So why? Because it's an error. It wasn't supposed to happen. There's things like with Butterfree, let's say with the first edition. Sometimes there's it doesn't look like a first edition. It looks like a D because the ink was off that day. There's something called gray stamps. There's thick and thin stamps. There's so many variations, so many errors. The errors carry a premium. So not only are those going to carry a premium already, but because they are improperly labeled and they're the only ones on the moving forward, they're not just going to do that again. They're not just going to be like, oh yeah, for whatever. It's like the Honus Wagner card saying you know what, I don't want cigarettes being advertised on my card. Stop printing my card. He didn't do that so that his card would be worth a butt ton in the future. He did that for a separate reason, and it just happened to be a super rare card because of that. These are super rare, crazy mistakes and errors that people will figure out one day. Someone that is coming in right now, hey, why does this have first edition on it? Based on their article, they shouldn't have the first edition, but they do, and that's an error, and that's going to be like that forever. So again, just adds another layer of collectability. Realty says, could this Chaosium exit create scarcity and price appreciation? Yes, I do agree. It will. Adago says, already going since the last 2 hours. And get this bread! Free Man on Earth says, freedom! Smooches! Oh my god, Smooches, my bae. I love you. I hope you're doing well, Smooches. I hope you're doing fantastic, and I hope all of your dreams are coming true. Pit Graham says, here with you, bro. Why, thanks, fam. John Robert Yellen says, the price of ERC20 OMI token is now showing in wallets, whereas before it was just shown as 0. Oh, very good, very good. Just letting you guys know. Very good. Good times. Free Spirit says, oh yeah, perfect. Thanks. John was waiting for this. Free Kip says, what's up? Recap? Yeah. So I did a 17-minute ramble on there. Apologies on that. I was gonna try to make it shorter, but meh. Whippets runs as the hypocrisy index on Earth is at an all-time high. No cure for that. Yes, I agree. Free Spirits has just checked, but still not showing the dollar on Trust Wallet. Oh, maybe it is for some people, and some not for others yet. Whippets runs says both sides suck. America first. Heck yeah. Jesse F is laughing. Free Spirit says, is it showing up somebody's Trust Wallet? I guess it's showing up someone's, yeah. John Robert Yellen says, weird. Etherscan still shows 0. But my Decent Wallet's custom token I added has just refreshed the correct price. Interesting. As maybe we'll update in a couple hours. Mine's literally just come on. Yeah, it's probably updating, in spots for random people. As far as okay, I guess they need time to include it on Trust Wallet or Parrot. Does it get me nervous a bit? Nah, it'll be fine. Real Toss says Trust Wallet updated price, no go. Damn. Well, thanks for the info. David Paris says deflationary. Enough said. Right. I think so as well. The deflationary thing is probably that's the biggest thing. There's so much is going to be lost, which is great. Marstone Rand says Chase and BlackRock, evil corrupt bedfellows. I understand adoption, but these major players and the government would stay out of it. I mean, money's money, and I'm glad they're coming in. And like I said, I don't like banks. I don't trust politicians as far as you can throw them. Most of them are old and fat, so you can't throw them that far. But yeah, if they're gonna put money into this and help make us rich, And again, like why are they evil? Because they're evil because they really don't help poor people out a lot. They almost like alienate poor people because you need a certain amount of money to keep a bank account, and poor people just don't have that. So that's why I like Square and PayPal. Square just gives you an account and a routing number. Um, and yeah, a lot of these articles, a lot of the articles that came out, I think, was from J.P. Morgan saying like, oh, Bitcoin is bad. It's too volatile for us to recommend. Yet they recommended it for their clients that had 7 figures and over, just catering to the rich. So I get it. I hate that. I think that's idiotic. And even the Bank of Ireland, I think, just did that recently, where they said, yeah, we're not going to have it. We're not going to have. It's too volatile for poor people. They'll make mistakes, but rich people can go and buy it. Like, it is absolute. The hypocrisy is ridiculous. Miles James says, top of the day, Randy. If you had to bet, what would be the next drop this month? Bless me. I don't know. I'm not sure. Next drop this month. I don't know. I mean, I would guess Black Panther. A Black History Month. We got like a week and a half left, give or take. Milestone Rand says, Chase. Oh yeah, Drip just read that. Flexible Mala says, I think LGBT NFTs will go the way of decon NFTs. I definitely think Disney, Star Wars NFTs are the way to go. Yeah, I was in a space last night, a Latin Omi space, where shout out to Wendy Stibalis, who is translating for me, because I do not speak the Spanish, at least not that well, at least not in this type. I could like order food and ask where the bathroom is and stuff, and excuse me. But also, do you know that meow, like meow, like it is not spelt that way in Spanish. It's M-I-A-U. I had zero idea. Like, my mind was opened last night. Anyway, yeah, I think the LGBTQA ones, like they will have a minority, no pun intended, of people that will go crazy for it, because they will. We got Free Kip saying, what's this guy's channel? Oh, Pobag? P-O-B-A-G. Yeah. I thought it said Albino Gainer. So Albino Gainer says, what's up, Randy? Did you buy any tier 2 tiles? When do you think we will have resources? Yes. I bought a bunch of tier 2 tiles in Antarctica. Link down below for my Megacity for Earth 2. Resources, I don't know. Hopefully in the next month or something. Frico says, yeah, the underrated guy is Pobag. P-O-B-A-G. Where my Curry at says, can someone explain this Chaosium thing to me, please? I mean, I kind of just went over it, my first 17 minutes of there. Freakup says, haha, I have a few error jungles. Oh, Wigglytuff. Dude, Wigglytuff is great. I'm so glad that you have that. I'm so glad that, some people know what I'm talking about, which is great. Rudy G says, would you get gems at 0.45 or just keep the Omi for now until exchanges? Oh, I would keep the Omi. I would not sell any Omi for anything. Yeah. Because the error Dragonite, though, I know, dude. Oh, the dark Dragonite. So here's the thing, like, there's an error for a dark Dragonite where in the Rocket set, they had all the, like 1 through 16 were all the hollows. Like, you had Dark Charizard, Dark Blastoise, you had, Dark Weezing and Dark Arbok. You had a bunch of these characters that were holographic. And then the numbers 16 or 17 through 32 were basically that same. There was the same artwork, but they just were not holographic. And there's a Dragonite who's number 4, 4 out of 62 or 4 out of whatever. And number 4 is supposed to be hollow, but you could have a Dark Dragonite that is number 4 out of however many, and it's not a hollow. It is a crazy, crazy error, and that costs a lot of money. Costs a lot of money to try to get that. Russell Mall says, I'm so glad I sold my Secret Rare Thanos way back when it came out. Got a Superman instead. They're about the same price. Thanos is like 550 gems, and you know where Superman is. Heck yeah, thousands and thousands and thousands. Brendan says, Chaosium is done on Veve? Yes, they are. Well, they're done everywhere, but Immersive Nature says, does anyone know any other cryptos that have deflationary tokenomics? Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of them do. I just don't know if they're as good or popular as Veve or as Omi. He says, Coinbase NFT announced partnership with Matt Gondek. Could this be the spicy news that Veve, Matt Gondek, Coinbase NFT? I mean, the spicy news could be Coinbase NFT Marketplace, and if we have the Coinbase NFT Marketplace, I'm sure that we would have just Omi on Coinbase at some point, which I'm sure of anyway. But Juju's hi guys, when exchanges. I'm thinking late March. That's what I'm thinking. Noah Will said there should be a label for first mint NFT, like FM or something, to identify it as being minted first on the blockchain. I mean, most things that are first appearances on here, they are the first ones that are on the blockchain. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if they want to try to say like maybe there's some obscure place that has some other thing on the blockchain that no one really knows or cares about. Terrence Gray, the only slightly worry I have is the conventional NFT is completely different from the next, whereas we have the same in multiples, albeit low editions, but I worry that will be an issue. All right, let me try to read that again because I think my brain's not working. Only slight worry I have is a conventional NFT is completely different from the next, from the NFT, whereas we have the same in multiples. Oh, okay, what you're saying is like the World of Women or the Women of the World NFTs that are 10,000 of them, but they are all unique and different. One has gray hair, one has a purple shirt, one has glass. I understand that, but I should say that I think at the end it won't matter. I think ours are just ours are the best. I mean, can somebody else come in and make amazing? Like, could Recur decide like, hey guys, we're going to delay our NFT launches for several months, and they create 3D amazing NFTs? I'm sure they could. I hope that they would, because that the competition drives quality. So I hope that they would, but for right now, ain't no one catching us. Also, Mawa says, once you're a billionaire, you should go to the real world location of Chavez-topia and paint and plant your banner. I don't think I need to be a billionaire to do that. Decamillionaire, maybe? I don't know. KA says, why is the market crashing? What market? The stock market? I mean, freaking, there's been a lot of bullish news for Bitcoin. So I don't think you mean the crypto market. But let me check just in case. Bitcoin was around 44,000. All right, it's 43.6. It was, though, late last night at 44.7. But again, there's been a lot of positiveness for Bitcoin and the crypto in general. I do have a Patreon message from there's nothing there anymore. Let me go in. Nothing there anymore. All right, moving on. I mean, if you mean the Veve market, it's just people waiting for the spiciness. Gem squeeze. What's going on? The gem squeeze is really just for people that are wanting to sell their stuff now because they think that something better is coming, which it may very well. There could be something better coming. I don't know. I realize I'm no longer on the Wi-Fi here on my phone, so I'm going to go do that. Get on the Wi-Fi. Oh, Vivi Darklink, I love you. Oh, Dr. Profit just posted. Trading Lord says, I have received a few job inquiries this week. I want to make it easier for future employees and display my curriculum here. And Dr. Profit says, make an NFT out of it. Oh, that's so smart. So good. Okay, here we go. Donald and Daisy Duck. Let's see what they're at. Why is it not loading? Are there too many people on the app? All right, let me go to Play Store. Let me go to Veve, see if there's an update. There's no update. All right, I just cannot access the marketplace right now. Is that because, oh, well, that might be because marketplace is closed, so that's derp on me. But yeah, for the most part, I would not say the market is crashing. I would say that it is, I mean, it had dipped, but a crash means like crash, like destroyed. But no, this is a big dip, but it's just because there's so much good quality content that's coming out. People just like they want to chase those green candles and get the next thing. Like so Mao says Shiba is deflationary. Same with SLP and Gala, I think. Very nice. Merciful Nature says thanks. Nomad with NFTs says recur to the moon. I hope they do well. You just give me those peace signs. And I cannot, these people that are putting up these links, I cannot for whatever reason my thumb is not registering and it will not let me block them. Oh well. Terrence Green says, good point, and excuse my punctuation. I have a 5-year-old jumping over me. I got your hands full there, huh? Godspeed, brother. Leslie Mawa says, going to Antarctica is expensive, and I forget where Chavezopia is real world. Is it closer to the sea or the South Pole? And closer to Argentina? I think it's closer to South America, and it's very very close. It's very very close to that red line you see up top of Chavezopia. After above that red line is actually international territory. So it is very very close to the top. It is like the top of Antarctica, pretty much so. Cloudcheck says jaunty jig common is at 500 each. Rip paying 1,300. Yeah, same. I got one at 1,300. I got one at 999. Strong Tower Investments has dropped. Double C says, do you sell a Mickey hat for both of the new Golden Moments? I would not sell any Golden Moment. I would sell like Homer, and I would sell like the skateboard. I would sell like Wally. Maybe not Wally. Maybe the Pizza Planet truck. But the new Golden Moments are... Donald and Daisy are very, very good. Lady and the Tramp are probably pretty good as well. Professor Miles says, any Golden Moment under 1K is undervalued. Probably, yeah, agreed. Diogo says, hey, Randy, what's up? And he says, why is Golden Moment Donald so low? I don't know. How low is he? I'm curious. How low is he? Mirestone Rand says, it's not. Original Golden Moment sat at a few $100s for months. It's a great point. As Miles says, oh yeah, you should be hard to get. Should be hard to get then. Mirestone Rand is actually quite high and stable. Agreed. Okay. Oh, my body. All right, I'm going to play catch up on the couple messages I have here. We do have a drop in the next 18 minutes. So I hope everyone is quite all right with everything. I have to shower. I have to go to the shower. Oh, I did a thing yesterday where I decided, like, you know what? I'm just gonna do weird stories from Chavez as a kid plus a funny Valentine's story. That is totally messing up with the YouTube algorithm because it got 199 views, and I'm probably not going to do that again. Just because, again, like I said, that messes up with the YouTube algorithm. So I also did the last video I did on NFTs for Veve, how they can have some hidden abilities. That only got 700 views. So like I said, this is I might just stick to the live streams. I mean, some people do like the shorter videos, but as I tell people, hey guys, as I tell people, like, you could just watch the first, like, usually 8 to 12 minutes of my live streams, and that's a video anyway. But some people just see that, 2-hour thing, and they're just like, nope, not gonna do it. All right, we got another person over here. Diane. Pleasant Mama says, if you tell people your back hurts, people will do more work for you and expect less from you. It's a fair point. Ugh. I mean, I never want to be that guy though. I was always like the workhorse. I was always trying to be the one that would do those hard jobs, but rip in pasta. I would say, don't, if your back hurts, like, don't like force yourself and hurt yourself. But like, I remember that happened in Kuwait a couple of times. Like, you're just lifting 100+ pound bags. It's not that heavy. You're right, it's not, but when you're doing it like 100 times and you're trying to basically clean it to put it on top, it just, gets you after a while. It's like, all right, guys, I'm done. Can't do it. Back hurts. Yeah, man, it's rough. Military just breaks your body. Also, apparently, Russia is withdrawing from the border of Ukraine, so I'm very happy about that. Or at least that was Peter Schenkman just tweeted that not too long ago. I'll find the tweet and I'll read. I think it was a Reuters article. I mean, it could be. Hang on, it's like Peter Schenkman. We follow each other. He seems like a cool dude. So basically, it was updated 4 hours ago. Russia says video shows tanks, military equipment leaving Crimea. Although I don't know why they'd leave Crimea. I mean, they own it. They're that's theirs. Russia's Defense Ministry published video on Wednesday that said it showed a column of tanks and military vehicles leaving annexed Crimea across a railway bridge after drills, adding that some troops would also return to their permanent bases. Moscow announced a partial pullback of forces from near Ukraine on Tuesday. The move was met with skepticism, however, and U.S. President Joe Biden said that more than 150,000 Russian troops were still amassed near the Ukraine borders. Yes, read more. Oh no. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna have to sign anything. Okay, cool. World powers are engaged in one of the deepest crises in the East-West relations for decades, jostling the. Like I said, the fact that they kind of backed out of the Crimea, on which they did not have to do, that leads me to believe that gonna be okay, guys. It's gonna be all right. Now, what else we got? We got the Tony GG says shorter videos, please. Most of the time, I can't spend time waiting for an answer. So I mean, so Tony GG, if you the shorter videos, all of my streams for the first like 8 to 12 minutes usually. I mean, this one was an exception. I went on for 17 minutes, but those are the videos that I would put out. Like the live streams that I do, basically Q&A, the Ask Me Anything. But these, but the first 8 to 12 minutes, if I wasn't doing lives, I would just make that a video. If I wasn't doing lives, that video would just be. So I do implore people to check out those lives, even if it's only for the first, 10, 15 minutes, give or take. My son Rand says, this Eve thing, assuming you still have to pay for the physical right? Yes. Tony GG says, media saying majority have not left the border. Okay, so Reuters article is 4 hours old. It might be wrong. The news might be out of date. Marcel Rand says, a lot of gaslighting going on with Russia. NATO forces trying to create a conflict out of nothing. Agreed 100% on that. Where's my Korea says, would Chaosium not have made more money with Veve in the future? This seems very odd. They would have, but again, they're just trying to virtue signal and panhandle to they're trying to make it, that's so idiot. It's so stupid. Like, people are being stupid and they're costing Chaosium money by doing this. Sergio Rhodes says, what's inside the fridge for lunch today? Nothing is inside the fridge. I had Taco Bell. My legs still hurt from yesterday. I did a lot of deadlifts, so my hammies, my poor baby hammies, they hurt. But today we're not doing that much. Just doing some light cardio, some ab work. I might hit the bag after. We'll see. Flexible Model says, imagine the money Russia wasted just to flex. Yeah, fair point. B. Christopher says, do whatever video length you want. We appreciate your content. Oh, why, thank you, sir. Why, thank you, senor. Bangers with Mash, what's going on? Says, I'm late to the stream. Did you make the 10 million bet? No, so this is why I'm saying, like, a lot of people that claim to be negative, I think they're just claiming to be negative just to be negative. And people just like to complain because I'll say, oh, you are 100% sure that there's no Veveverse coming out this year? Okay, cool. Let's bet on it. Oh, you're 100% sure we won't be more than 3 cents at some point this year? Okay, let's bet on it. I had this guy, Michael Violet, say, like, yeah, I bet you 10 million only. We're not more than 3 cents at some point, by end of year. Message me. Well, there's no Michael Violet on Twitter. If there is, it's I don't think that's him. So I posted on Twitter yesterday, like, hey, somebody help me find this guy, because I don't want to just take your word for it, because I'm an honest guy. I will pay. Not that I would need to, because I'm going to be right. But I want to make sure that we have, you have 10 million OMI and I have 10 million OMI, and we put it in like an escrow account. We put it somewhere that nobody's allowed to touch it until the bet is over, and then I win and I take the funds. Like, so as soon as we go to 3.1 cents or 3.01 cents, well, guess what? I win. Because I'm not just going to take someone's word for it. It's like, oh, like somebody said the other day or yesterday, it's like, oh, well, we'll have them just agree. We're all here. Okay, well, that means diddly squat to me. I need it on paper. I need a guarantee. Because like I said, I would pay because I'm a man of my word. But other people are not. They'll try to weasel their way out of the bet. And you don't want to try to weasel your way out of a bet from me, because that will not end well. So, moving on. Vinny Mon says, Randy, have you seen Asian Dan's reply to crypto? Dan on taxes and BV gems? I have not. I assume it's well researched and done very well. Asian Dan, or Dan Lee on crypto, he's very, very good. C-Spill says, good morning and good luck, everyone. Good morning, Kusty Crew. Michael Barnes says, Randy, will you get Taco Bell franchise at some point? Probably not. Even though Taco Bell, I think, is like one of the best fast food franchises ever, I would want to promote healthy eating. And now I get it. Like, Taco Bell is like poison, but dude, I love that stuff. I would not get that. I don't know what I'd get. Like I don't think I would get a food establishment. That is a lot. That's hard to do. Like anyone ever watch like Bar Rescue? I imagine the same goes for food. You have like employees that don't care. You have like it's so hard to find good help. And again, like the good employees will move on. The good, hardworking, smart employees will find better jobs. They are smart. They will work on themselves. Like the employees that are going to stay with you for like 15 years, you probably don't want. I mean, maybe if you get someone that's retired and you're just like, oh yeah, I just do this for the heck of it, just so I can go and have something to do, get out of the house, But you find a 14, 15-year-old kid that's like just a hard worker. They're not going to work for you for more than like 3 or 4 years. Once they go to college, again, because those people are hard workers and they're smart, and you would want them to go and do more with their lives. Now, that being said, could I go and say, hey, like, you're a good hard worker. Listen, go to college if you want, but I'm going to put you through like McDonald's. McDonald's has something called Hamburger University, where you learn how McDonald's are run, and they encourage you to open up like 4 or 5 McDonald's franchises of your own. I mean, has a McDonald's franchise ever closed due to lack of profitability? Maybe one that I think that was in New York where it got robbed like 3 times in 1 month. They're like, all right, this is a health hazard. We can't have this. That did happen like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that in New York. But outside of that, I don't think any of them closed due to lack of profitability. Some McDonald's were closed because, not for that, it was just because they wanted to reallocate, money to other places. But I was talking to a friend the other day, my friend Teresa, who had said, she said, what are you going to do with, the money that you're making with Home? I was like, well, conservation for the most part. And she said, you should really do something like for kids. And I did have this idea. And the idea was similar to Reed Richards' Future Foundation, where, kids are really smart. And I would want to make something where, hey, I somehow go to someone like the Department of Head of Education in government and be like, hey, implement this. When teachers find an astounding student, when teachers find and teachers might only find this once or twice in their career, where they look at a student or they see their work and like, oh, this one's special. I need them to punch a red button that says, here, Mr. Chavez, this one. Take them and put them in the best school that you can make. I would want to do a school for gifted children, kind of like not Professor X, kind of like I don't know, like help kids reach their full potential. And I think you could really change, like look at video games. Video games, you only pass that certain level when you're good enough to pass that certain level, and so it takes some people more tries than others, which is fine. But this way, like a lot of the I remember, I forget her name, the teacher that I had interviewed not too long ago on the podcast. She had said that no, you really have to just teach the middle of the pack. The kids that are too slow get left behind, and the kids that are too fast, that's like they learn this stuff in minutes. What takes the other kids hours to learn, they just get bored, and they just their potential is not being reached. And so that does happen. And I think that if we make it so that, hey, here's make it like a video game, like code it. Shouldn't be that hard to code, like math problems and worksheets. Like, hey, here's a bunch of problems, and as soon as you can do these, and show your work, don't show your work. As soon as you can do these, then you can pass on to the next level. I feel like that would be a lot easier to do than the system now. The system now is horrible. The system now is a waste of time. If I could, and I've said this for years, if I could go back and I could say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do it all over again, I would drop out at 16. I would emancipate myself and just start working at 16. Like, I was working at 14 anyway, but how much money did I miss out on because I was learning about the quadratic equation, and I was learning about crap that I didn't need to know about, because I knew I wasn't doing anything with school. I knew it. So yeah, how much money did I miss out on? How much more money could I have saved for my future? How much more stuff, could have been a lot. Could have been a freaking ton of money. And yeah, again, and if I wanted to go back, let's say, again, emancipate yourself, get your GED, whatever. Not that I even need it, but get the GED. Yeah, if I wanted to go back, then I'm sure I could. But like, my God, school is such a waste sometimes, especially when younger. Obviously, college, when you're going to be like an engineer or doctor, lawyer, whatever, yeah, you need that. But a lot of that high school stuff, it is such BS. All right, moving on. C-Spill says, good morning, good luck, everyone. Michael Barnes says, Randy, will you get to talk about... yeah, no, probably not. Oz says, keep the long streams going, Randy. You're the GOAT. Oh, well, thank you, fam. Juju says, behind NATO, it is USA, and USA wants to sell gas to Europe. Could be a reason. Well, they tried to do that with Syria, where they wanted to build a pipeline from Saudi Arabia to Europe to undercut Russia. But then Syria's like, yeah, you're not going through my country building a pipeline. World War III almost broke out of that. And the government tried to say like, oh, it's because Syria has like weapons of mass destruction, or like whatever the reason that they gave. It was just so that they could undercut Russia, and it was just purely about hurting Russia. And it's like, you guys know that this could cost World War III, right? And eventually they backed off. It was like, okay, thank God. But yes, and this is why this is one of the things that I liked when Trump was in office, saying like, hey, members of NATO, pay your fair share. USA is pretty much NATO. Like most of NATO is US. And it's like, yeah, other countries in Germany should pay for their own defense. They should pay for their, shouldn't be up to America, shouldn't be up to the taxpayers to defend those other countries. Yeah, moving on. News says, but reaction of Russia is better now for markets. Rihanna Carlton says, hi, I got a news. Probably you might know already. Okay, well, what's the news? Plex says restaurants could just pay more and raise standards, but they keep minimum wage. Yeah, I would. I major restaurants, major chains like Olive Garden, or any major restaurant chain, probably has the funds to pay their workers more, and they should. They should pay their workers more if they have the funds. At least the good workers. But the service industry is very, very weird. Because like my friend Erica, ex-girlfriend of mine, the bartender, and like the paycheck is like, it makes like a couple dollars an hour when it comes out to it. It's very, very low. But boy, does she walk out with hundreds of dollars a night sometimes. So, I mean, she's a pretty girl, and that guys tip well. We got a super chat. Ow, my wrist. Sorry. Coming in from John Robert Yellen says, drop Randy, don't forget. John Robert Yellen is the hero we need on this stream today. Because okay, there's another thing here. Oh, okay, so Wolf of All Streets, bro, says, quote, I will fire any employee trading Bitcoin for being stupid, end quote. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, September 2017. Woke AF. Moment of silence for all his employees that were fired before. Oh my God, that's incredible. I gotta screenshot that. That's incredible find. Yeah, so this is why I did not like JP Morgan. All right, so I'm going to X out of not mining pi. I'm going to X out of this. I'm going to X out of this. Poba G pinned my comment. But I cannot talk about that right now. I have to go to the Veve app and I have to go for this drop. And again, thank you, John Robert Yellen. I just farted. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. No, you can't smell. Neither can I. Sorry, Dashy. But Dashy, give us luck for this Marvel premiere, the first appearance of Misty Knight in 1 minute. Now, why is this important? Misty Knight is a great character. Spoilers if you haven't read anything with Misty Knight. But, yeah, she gets her arm chopped off, and then she gets a robotic arm. It is so heckin' cool. Yeah. It's pretty great. She's a great character. Again, I don't know if Comics and Crypto rated this yet as a hodl or a sell. If I get one, I'm going to keep it. If I get a... it looks like Iron Fist is in lady shoes. Oh, yeah. Also, the person that said that Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off is sexist, I didn't really see it. It was just a bad movie. It was just... I watched it because, is it really sexist? It wasn't made that long ago. It's not like it was from the 70s. And then I go and I look at it. It's not sexist. It's just a bad movie. All right, 5, 4, 3. Let's get this red. 1. Time up. Oh, I hit it. I hit it right as they... but the systems are under a heavy load and is unable to reserve a collectible. That is unfortunate. Well, I'm going to try for the rebounds. Anywho, where was I? Rudy G says, Randy, I will bet 10 million that it hits 30 cents. I'll JK, everyone will FOMO in at some point. Agreed. Marina Karthik says, DeLorean Car Company is coming back. They are starting in San Antonio, Texas, and they're going to be electric. I saw that, Marina. Very, very pumped. You are correct. Erwin Van Dam says, do you think there's an OMI X Coinbase partnership? 100%. 100% there is. Juju says, the greatest FOMO of all time for OMI coming up. So Mamawa says, I think people should get paid to do schoolwork. Somehow make an education crypto coin token, decentralized classes, NFTs, instead of PDFs. Greed never fails to motivate. That'd be so interesting to pay people to go to school. As my Curry at says, I think it also important to add that that's what would have worked for you. Some of the people who learned quadratic equations are the reasons we are waiting till 0 to press the buy now. So I mean, again, coding is great, and if you want to, you don't need to go to school you don't need to go to high school for coding. You can learn on your own at 10 years old, and you could be super fantastic at it by 13. Mirestone Rand says, did you see the OMI price prediction video from Promo Ambitions on YouTube? Most vague, self-righteous, nothing burger of a video. Aw. Poor guy, poor person. Cryptocade says Biden doesn't even know his... Oh, man, that's harsh, but yeah, maybe. Maybe. And John Robert Young, thank you so much for reminding me that the video was coming out, even though that I did not get it. But I'm going to try. I still have... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have to wait till 11:04. I'm sorry, 11:04. Moving on. Then says, do we know any drops this week besides today's? We don't, actually, which is really interesting. Can you smell with the rock? Sorry, moving on. David Rose's mom says, restaurants operate on razor-thin margins. If they raise salaries, they will have to raise prices. So all of the videos, or I'm sorry, all of the clients that I used to have that did own restaurants, they had 30% margins. They were pretty good. They were very good. Now every now and then, a mistake would be made. They would order food that they didn't need, and oh man, we have too much extra food, and and they would have that. Obviously employees spill drinks, and yeah, you cover for that. But I'm now again, I guess it depends on the restaurant, but the ones that I was funding had very good margins. But again, that is. If you're, I guess it also, depends on the restaurant, depends on how it's ran. If the margins were so razor thin, I don't know how many people would really do it and work it. Although chefs do cost a lot. Chefs work crazy hours. Chefs are super stressed. Kitchens are super stressful. I would never want to do that. God bless those people. God bless anyone in the service industry. But yes, agree. If it's a mom and pop, diner or whatever, yeah, raising the minimum. I feel bad for a lot of the mom and pop shops that, they have to pay their employees more because it's the law. But they're not making money, man. It's feels bad. Juju says Biden had planned the war today with his crystal ball. All right, about a bunch of L's. Anthony R says someone buy my Pablo Escobar property for $10,000. Just want to pay off my master's degree debt. I don't know if that'll happen right now. Maybe at some point in the future. Keep that. Jiggy says, should I get a F-150 Lightning or a Tesla Cybertruck? Well, the Tesla Cybertruck's not coming out for next year, but I would definitely not get anything by Ford. That's just my opinion. Where's my Curry asks 4-minute rebound reminder? Oh, good call. Oh, I missed it. I'm so stupid. I keep forgetting these things. All right, I'm sorry. Moving on. Marson Rand says, I'm thinking exchange announcements inbound very soon. Vanity Fair and Rolling Stone articles are not randomly chosen. That is a good point. Oh, man. That is a good point. My body. Oh, God. Yeah, I would say maybe we get announcements some point. I really don't think it's until next month, though. I think there's a couple things we have to do. I think we were delayed. Which again, I'm fine. I'm fine having the price stay down here. Flexible Model says restaurant owners say they have razor thin margins, so they don't have to pay more than what they actually don't. Restaurant owners keep most of the profits and don't share. Um, so, I mean, it depends on which ones like they are. I mean, again, mom and pop shops, they probably do have razor thin margins because, and again, it depends what area you're in too. Are you in like bumble fudge nowhere? Yeah, you have razor thin margins. Are you in like a major city? Probably have a lot better margins. But again, like restaurants, if they're really busy, yeah, it's fine. Everyone's happy. But if they're not, then the store's losing money. Okay, well that's not good. So I really think it does depend on the store. It does depend on them. Timothy Lamentari's got the 4-minute. Yo, Timothy Lamentari got the 4-minute rebound. David Rose Mom says, "Add flexible model. What's your source on that?" Yes, I would agree. Source would be great. Pun 39 says, "What's up, Randy? What's up, Pun?" And the R says, "Still can't believe there are no exchanges. Randy, I wish you worked for Veve and got the inside scoop." I mean, even if I did, I wouldn't be able to say anything. And even now, even if I did know some inside info, if I knew some inside info, either two things would happen. Either I'd have to sign an NDA about it, and if I were to sign the NDA, then I wouldn't be able to talk about it. Or, let's say I found out, just through the grapevine because I'm a public figure and people like to tell me things. If I did find out about something that I wasn't supposed to find out about it, I couldn't tell people because just from the time in the military, you cannot break me to get secrets. But two, I don't want to. I would not want to betray that other person's trust. And number three is that, like, let's say, we had Pokemon. Although that's a pretty obvious. I feel like that we do. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we do. Let's say that we have. Let's say it was like Hello Kitty, and I say like, "Yo, guys, we got Hello Kitty," and the news leaked too early, and I was the one that leaked it, and then Hello Kitty says like, "Okay, yeah, you guys obviously can't keep secrets, so we're pulling our stuff." If I was the person that got a major IP pulled, because like I'd freaking that you do not want. So even if I did know something, I would not say it because of those 4 reasons, whatever. I would not do that. I mean, maybe I could make the argument that if people are worrying, and I'll be like, guys, don't worry, and then I'll give them a little like, that wink. I could maybe do that. Okay. I missed the 11:08. No. Oh my god, I gotta like stop answering. I gotta shut this off at like 11 o'clock so that I could. Oh man, this is, oof. This is not just today too. This happens all the time. My heart. Oh, look at you. Well, you can't see what I'm looking at. Just cleaning my guy's eyes over here. Right, Dashy? Yeah, good Dashy. Moving on here. John Robert Yellen says, "I get that server overload message at every drop now. Really annoying. You're welcome, Randy. It seemed you were really into your story. You may have forgotten about it." You're right. Clearly, I forgot about the rest of the not drops. Yeah, the rest of the drops. The rebounds. Oh yeah. Because Mamal says we can pay someone to hack Veve to steal the info we want. If you want to play that game, I think that'll just delay us even further. Like, if Veve gets hacked, like, all right, we're shutting down operations for like a week. That just delays delays a lot of stuff. Mirestone Rand says restaurants are razor thin. Keep in mind they also have to deal with fluctuating supply prices. Many couldn't survive paying higher wages, and then seeing food, drink prices going up. That's a good point. Like, if there's like a shortage on meat or whatever, yeah, like sometimes there's a shortage on whatever, and that's a good point. It's a really good point, especially like right now. You can't get anything in Canada because there's the truckers are going, which I support the truckers, 100% support the truckers. But yeah, sometimes you got to go through that short-term pain where I think a lot of things are supply chains are running thin right now. Where's my curry? Yes, that's confirmed. Randy has the inside scoop. I don't think I confirmed anything. Um, I'm just saying that if I did have inside knowledge, I would not be able to share it for those reasons. Arya says, if you buy OMI for someone, do you have to pay taxes on it? I don't think so, because like if let's say somebody sent me Bitcoin so that I could transfer it to Bitforex and buy OMI, and then I send it out, the amount of profit or loss on that would be so insignificant. You wouldn't have to pay taxes on that, most likely. Arya says, if you buy OMI, yeah. Wes says, are you worried about taxes in April, or are you able to get an extension? My accountant says like, no, I'm not able to get an extension. I think my accountant's very, very busy, but he's just like, yeah, no, you can't do that. So I don't know what the fudge I'm gonna do. I'll be making videos from jail like, hey guys, so I didn't have enough to pay taxes. I'm in here now. Until OMI moons, thankfully government cannot get my crypto. What search this place, like it's not here. I would say that, and what the weird thing would be, and this is how idiotic our court system is. If let's say someone like, I don't know, let's use this guy named John. Let's say John has a ex-wife, and he's paying, and let's say John had a really good job. He was a super IT guy making like a couple $100,000 a year, and the judge says that, hey, John, you have to pay alimony for your wife and child support for your kids, and it has to be the amount at the amount that you were making. So you, like, let's say has to pay alimony to his wife. Let's say it's like $50,000 a year, and that came out of his $300,000. Okay, he could pay that. But then let's say he loses his job, and he has no income. He will still go to jail because he's not paying alimony to his wife. Let's say he gets another job, but it's only making $70,000 a year. Excuse me 1 second. So let's say he loses his job and he's only making $70,000 a year. Well, obviously he cannot pay his wife $50,000 a year. So what happens is one of two things. Either his ex-wife recognizes that, okay, he's going to be paying me $15,000 a year, $10,000 a year, and she could just accept that, or she could say like, yeah, no, I want him in jail, and he would go to jail because he cannot pay what he was supposed to pay because he no longer has that job. Now, that being said, after his time in prison, let's say he goes to jail for a year. When his time is up from prison or jail, if he does still not have that money that is owed to his ex-wife, he goes back into jail. How are you supposed to earn money if you're in jail? That's idiocy. So most likely the wife would say like, oh, okay, if you're in jail, I'm not going to get anything, but if you're out of jail, I'm at least getting $10,000-$15,000 a year. Okay, well that can happen. So yeah, the idea of our court system, like, again, I'm pretty sure the government would be like, okay, well, bank account might be frozen and you're going to work and, you're going to pay us everything. Yeah, okay, fine. That's fair. I'll do that. I mean, they could just withdraw the funds in the account. I mean, they should not be able to do that, but again, I'm sure I could set up a payment plan with them, saying that instead of paying at one lump sum, I could pay over the course of 4 quarters, was the course of a year. So I'm pretty sure that's okay. But yeah, my account says like, no extension. And I was like, well, fudge me, man. Fudge me on a cracker. Moving on. Rowan Van Dam says, where's my curry at? Ha ha ha, Pokemon confirmed. Again, I have zero insider knowledge on Pokemon. I'm just sure that we have it just based on our team and Jeremy Pador and Alfred Arcon. Yeah, I'm just based on our team. I'm pretty sure that we have it. Where's my curry at says, who is it? Dragon Ball Z? Ronaldo? Madonna? I don't know. Like I don't have the. Even if I did have some insider information, why am I? Look at what I'm. I don't know, man. I mean, again, my thesis on the company hasn't changed. And my thesis on what... So let's say I did have insider information, right? Let's say I did. My bullishness on Omi and the Veveverse and NFTs, they haven't changed. Like, my bullishness on the company hasn't changed. If I did have insider information and I was worried, I would be out so heckin' quick. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, if I had inside information and it was bad, I would be out of this project so heckin' quick. But I'm not. And again, not saying I have inside information, but if I did and it was bad, I would be out. Which means if you guys are assuming that I do, which I don't, but if I do and I'm still here and I'm still all in, I'm not like taking profit, then you could assume that things are probably looking really, really good. Again, assuming that I did have the inside info, which I did not. So, moving on. Oh, big yawn. Anyway. Brandon Carlson says, what's this VV bots and Instagram and Twitter promoting? Anything with the name VV bots, I'm probably just going to block. Probably not good. R says, if you have 3,000, is it better to buy Omi or Donald Duck Golden Moment set? If I had 0 NFTs and 0 Omi, I'd just buy Omi. I'd buy Omi anyway. Yeah. Milestone Rand says, truckers. Brandon says, is a VV bot spam? Probably. Lynn X says, I heard USA is experiencing pretty bad inflation right now. UK is at like 5.5. The US, I don't know. Because it doesn't really affect me. I live very cheaply. You know, Taco Bell is not drastically changing the prices of their menu. So if they are, Godspeed to them. Milestone Rand says, big time, Linux. I guess we are. As my career says, that are my regret past 2 months was FOMOing into the highs and not buying more Omi. You will never regret buying more Omi. It is safe. I mean, nothing's 100% safe, but yeah, most of my portfolio is Omi. That's what Mawa says. Even if USD inflation is high, I think other countries are facing similar or worse situations. Yeah. In the UK, it's like 5.5%. If all ships are lowering, it shouldn't be that bad. If the euro or British pound doing better, I don't know if they are. And Lynn X says at Flexible Mawile. Oh, hang on, remove that. Euro right now is something like 5%. I heard USD is above 7. Oh, above 7.5. Damn. Jimin says, sent you a DM on Twitter. Can you read it? It's about the rebound and how it works. Sure, Jimin's. Let's see what we got here. Jimin's, what is your Twitter name? Let me know your Twitter name, and then I will read it. Jimin's, just let me know your Twitter name. Milestone Rand says, watching Canada closely, freezing trucker bank accounts, but now trying to go after the crypto. It'd be the best advertisement for crypto if the mission fails. Yes, agreed. This is why you buy crypto. Jimin says, just got 4 minutes after the drop. Hey yo. Vivi Las Vegas says, ouch. My body, ouch. My other body. Hope your body is feeling well today, Randy. Love you, Vivi. I love you too, man. Love you too. Lynn X says, Randy is Satoshi. Guys, I'm not Satoshi. That'd be funny though, right? Flexible Mawile says, oh, derp. I'm gonna remove that. Flexible Mawile says, see, it happened again. I have no tro left getting golden moments or rebound, but never can get comics anymore. Interesting. Oh, Jimin's Earth 2 Tycoon. All right, hang on. Yeah. Got the rebound. Do you know how this works? Twice. I've tried for longer than a minute, and both times got one. Yes. So I do know how it works. All right, hang on. Explaining meow. Okay. So at 11:04 and 11:08 and sometimes 11:12, so 4, 8, and 12 minutes after, all the people that got the buy now got it, but accidentally hit the X button or didn't have the gems or combination of the two or didn't pass the check mark, that didn't pass the CAPTCHA, it gets rerouted into the next one, and it's called the rebound. So it's on those. So if you can get them, keep going. Great. So MyWild says, why are they freezing trucker bank accounts? Because Justin Trudeau is an insane fool that thinks that by freezing bank accounts of people that are anti-mandate, that it will make us not anti-man. Like, it'll make us fall in line. The fudge out of here. Fudge out of here. Then it says, when new giveaway stream? I got comics to give away. The giveaways did cause a lot of grief because even though there's a bunch of people commenting, I always say, like, the first person that I see on my screen, look at how big my hands are. First person that I see on my screen is the one that gets it. But then there's people that are like, no, on my screen it shows I sent it first. Okay, well, if me and 150 other people post a comment at the exact same time, on my screen, if I post that, it will show mine as showing up first before anyone else's. So I get so many messages be like, hey, Randy, listen, I was the one, I got it. And it's like, and I got so many messages. Are you all the one that got it? No. So like, and people are mad at me after for not winning the game. Like they're physically mad at me because they think I cheated them out of something that they thought was rightfully theirs, even though it's a giveaway. And it's just like, so I don't even do them anymore just for that reason. So every now and then when Kobe collects, like, hey, I just gave you something to give away, it's like, okay, I got to do it there. For whatever reason, the night crew, when I stream at night, it's relatively chill. But stuff during the middle of the day, people are just like, oh, nah, fam, it's mine. Like, it gets really insane. I don't know why. Linux says only Satoshi would say he is not Satoshi. So I say I am Satoshi? Linux says, Danny, I can send you my QR right now if you want to give out. Oh, Linux, you're crazy. Jim says, thank you. That would explain why it lagged a bit at that minutes. Yep, it does. Okay. Anthony R says, I don't get the chili pepper thing. Please explain. The chili pepper thing? Oh, right. So, when Alex or Veve, I forget which account, said it, that the end of the month is going to be spicy, meaning that it's going to be like, oh, you're going to want, like when you bite into something that's spicy, you go, oh, and that's the same basis we make, oh, like you're excited and you're pumped that something's going down. And so he puts out chili peppers. And apparently the golden moments were just 2 out of 4 on a spicy Richter scale. So very excited to see what happens at the end of this month. Mm-hmm. Milestone Ryan says, Canada was able to freeze GoFundMe, but couldn't touch the Bitcoin donations. Pretty amazing. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Heck Canada. Jim says, would you do Twitch stream? I just like having other tabs open when listing, but can't on YouTube. I would say I've wanted to do Twitch. I feel like that might alienate my audience a little bit because, some people on YouTube that maybe don't have Twitch, they don't want to set up an account, and there's like, oh, I don't want to subscribe because like subscriptions on there cost like $5 a month or something, and it's like, yeah, I'll probably make a lot more money, but it's just maybe I'll do both. I don't know. Like I said, I believe content should be free. And by all means, you could watch with no subscription added, on Twitch. That part is fine, but you have to watch ads at that point, which I guess people have to watch ads anyway. But on my live streams, like I said, content should be free, and the idea of, lightheaded, having people behind, like if I'm on live stream and let's say they had like to watch a 15-second ad before I started, they had to watch a 15-second ad before I started, then they're behind. But I mean, people are behind anyway when they come in, like, hey, I'm like half hour behind on the stream. It gets funny. I might do it at some point. I don't know. Anthony R says, yeah, the tweet. Double C says, no, JT freezing bank accounts. That donated to the trucker convoy GoFundMe account. He declared, oh God, where was I? Declared the convoy illegal. Groups these bank accounts in the same category as funding terrorism. That guy is freaking ridiculous. Anthony R says, any thought as to what you think it will be? Sorry for all the questions. I have no idea. Ask me anything. I'm hoping Black Panther. Somebody had the insane idea, which it'd be, oh my God, if it would be Martin Luther King, because he said something about an M. Noah on Discord said it had to do with an M. Yo, if it was Mario, oh my God, if it was Mario, Now that could mean anything. Monster Hunter, but that's not really spicy. That's not spicier than the Golden Moments. M. I mean, it's maybe something with Marvel. So Black Panther, but Martin Luther King. Oh, that'd be nuts. Mario would be epic. Again, there's so much other stuff with M's. Like we were doing it on stream the other night before. Be amazing, dude. Machinima. Remember Machinima? All those amazing things they used to make on YouTube, like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Oh, be epic. Aldous Havley, what's up? Saying, what up, Randy and fam? No drop for me, too much. Yeah, same. TW says Mona Lisa, which that'd be insane if that was an NFT and we could make it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Well, we're not gonna have what do you call it? The market will be open in another 5 minutes, which is fine. It's fine. 100% okay with that. And we got me home. Oh, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. And saying mermaid. Yo, Ariel, mermaid. Has anyone ever watched that documentary, Mermaids: The Body Found? So good. I'm a believer, man. Mermaids are real. Can't tell me otherwise. Don't at me. Yeah, it's great. M for Mordor. Monkey from Dexter's Lab. Major Glory from Dexter's Lab as well. Dial M for moron. I don't know. That'd be MMA. Oh my god, there'd be so many cool things that we could have. Mermaid. So Little Mermaid would be cool. When's that movie? I think that movie comes out next year. The live action remake. That'd be pretty legit. Where was I here? Oh, what would you pinning my comments? Like, let's go, homie. Oh, okay. So Harley Quinn, number 8, Babs Tarr, number 18, the Terry Dodson, the Stephen Pugh. Those are all what do you call it? First editions as well, and they will remain first edition. So I guess it is not just the Batman that we were talking about. I'm gonna X out of the Veve app here. I'm gonna go onto my YouTube channel, and I'm going to go and watch my own video. So if anyone could smash that like button, get me up to 50 likes, that'd be super fantastic. I would really enjoy it. Moving on. Marstone Rand says Mandela. Oh, Nelson Mandela would be epic. Austin says if they somehow get a license to do caricatures of historical figures, I'm in. That'd be pretty great. And thank you all for the 50 likes. Oh god, that means the world. I'll probably have to go soon. I'll wait for the market to open. I'll try to see what they're going for. Maybe. I do have to go at like 1 though. I have to be there. So I do have to shower. I have to rest. I have to rest my poor baby hamstrings. My poor baby hamstrings. Like, remember that one movie of Land Before Time where Ducky thinks that Petrie's dead and she's like, poor Petrie. Poor Petrie. Well, my poor baby hamstrings. Anthony R says, Randy, you should become a client when Omi hits. What type of client? Like, what type of client? Like for Veve saying like, oh, get some Randy Chavez NFTs. I could dig that. J-Man says Monopoly. We do have Monopoly. That was confirmed at DesignerCon. It wasn't mentioned, but we saw it on like their stream. Like, it was supposed to be a secret drop on that Sunday. They just never did it. Monopoly would be great. Oh, Monsters Inc. would be great too. Monsters Inc. would be great. Anthony R says RIA. What is the RIA? IRA is Irish Republican Army, which I don't want to be seen funding any side of that particular war. Michael Barnes says that sexy Eminem maybe. Didn't they change the Eminem so that she's not sexy anymore? Or they changed something with the M&Ms, and those are so great. Okay, trying to be serious now. Not thinking about sexy M&Ms. Yo, Mortal Kombat would be great. Milestone Ranch would be great. And then says wealth manager. Well, I definitely don't want to work anymore. I don't want to, I get enough. You guys are my clients. I'll not gonna manage your stuff, but I'll just make. Oh, hey, this is what I'm looking at. Oh, I'm looking at this over here. I don't know if I'd want to, or do you mean like IRA, like I become a client and like they manage my wealth? Um, I mean, I will probably need. I don't know. I will need legal stuff because I know what I want to do. I will just need legal stuff to be like, okay, well, put this in a trust. Like, I want to be able to take the OMI that I have and then just donate the OMI. Like, do I have to sell that and then donate it and then like, oh, hey, look, I donated, so I don't have to pay taxes on it. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk. JJ says Mortal Kombat is super interesting. We already have DC. It's on the same company, effectively. Just thinking Magneto, Mystique, Miles Morales, and McDonald's. That'd be legit. Anthony R says, no, I work for one we manage. Yeah, I might do that. Robert Stinnett says, Randy Chavez Loki caricature drop one day. That would be great. That would be pretty fun. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that... I mean, there's already... I don't know if it's a profile picture. Maybe it's on Instagram. Let's check on the gram. Oh my goodness. Look at my girlfriend's cat. That's Sweepy. It's so cute. Sorry. Anyway, moving on here. I'm going to go to... Someone made it like the real Randy Chavez, and I have like the Loki horns, up there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thought that was interesting. Some fan art someone did of me. Thought that was pretty heckin' awesome. And someone even did it... oh no, that's a different one. Someone even made a thing like, this is what my castle might look like in the Veve-verse. That is just... Alligator Lokis everywhere. There's a fridge in there. There's a Throg in there. Someone made a fan art of my fridge. It's all saying meow. There's some more fan art of the fridge. I don't know where it went, though. Don't know where it went. Okay. All right. Xing out of that. Xing out of that. Okay. Moving on. Oh, my body. Anthony R says, okay, excess of 20 million. I guess I'd need, what? 17 million OMI? But again, I would only have that in OMI. I wouldn't have that... Like, I wouldn't cash out and then bring it there. I would have to keep a lot in OMI. So it's not sure how much info I can give you over YouTube. Yeah, no, that's fair. But Anthony, message me on Twitter. And I'll get to it in, like, 3 business days. I would say... And this is also what I don't like about, like stock, like E-Trade or whatever. Like, if I were to sell something right now, and it takes 3 business days to get, I won't get it until next Tuesday. Because Thursday, Friday, okay? Or is today Tuesday? No, today's Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. So if I sell stock right now, the funds won't settle and won't be able to transfer, even though it only takes, 3 business days. It won't settle until Tuesday. Why? Because Monday, Friday, okay, 2 business days. Saturday, Sunday are not business days. Monday's a holiday, and then Tuesday it will settle then. And then I could ACH it, and it'll take me another few days, or I could wire it. Like, again, it's so much easier with crypto. So much easier. I don't know why people... I don't know if I'll ever do stocks again. But, yeah, I mean, again, if I have over excess of 20 million net worth, maybe, but I would not sell it and have 20 million in my bank account. I would probably not do that. But again, message me. Jimin says, why is Sue Storm so cheap? Movie out in the next few years. I think it's because there's already a first appearance Sue Storm in the Marvel Mighties, and this Sue Storm is just, she's not a first appearance. So maybe that's part of the reason. Jim says, why? Oh yeah, Tim Cox says, what's up, y'all? What's up, Tim? Kelly Boudreaux says, yeah, they removed the white boots from the green M&M so as to not objectify her, because that's what the world needs to be concerned about. Right? No, they didn't! That's what they did? To not objectify? Alright, so I dated this one girl, Ava, who I think I talked about yesterday. She's a journalist, and and we had this conversation about that, and she liked wearing heels because it made her feel powerful, it made her feel tall, and said it made her feel sexy, which she liked. And so the M&Ms they're taking what the actual fudge. That's what, oh my god. I have them look at Rule 34. Have them look at Rule 34. You know what? No, that might be too overly graphic for their sensitive virgin eyes, apparently. It's amazing. Joe says, did they get in touch with you about the bet? Nope. Nobody got in touch with me about the bet. Scaredy cats. Scaredy cats. Robert Sennett says Minnie Mouse has pants now too. Oh yeah, what the fudge is going on with that? Minnie Mouse, that's absolutely ridiculous. This world is absolutely insane. I hate it. I mean, I love humanity, man, but I hate it. All right, where we at? All right, let me see on the Veve app if the market is open. Down. No, it's not. I can wait. Okay. Oh, now I can see what the golden moments are. Oh no, I can't because it's the market's not open yet. I'm an idiot. Jim says, but Donald Duck doesn't. Yeah, he has pants, but Donald Duck doesn't. I don't. Do any of them need pants? They're ducks. They're mouses. They're mice. Linex says Dashie might need to be covered also. The day that Dashie is covered over my heckin' dead body, like Dashie's got a little ascot, whatever that's called. I might take it off for the. Oh, man, friend Lou wants Dashie to go to the park. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll take a look. See. Something about 3 Big Macs getting expensive. I don't know. When the squad gets home at 2 a.m. with $58 worth of McDonald's. Oh, that's great. Oh, my friend knows. Oh, so my friend Autumn said yesterday at 12:29 a.m. It's like, do you want to see the cakes I made at work today? And I was like, yes. And then at 9:20 this morning, I was like, I'm waiting. And then she says, I passed out. Oh, those look good. Oh, girl, I would eat those right now. I'm going to tell her. I would eat those right now. I'd eat the fudge out of these right meow. No, not mew. Meow. Okay, moving on. DW says, how much are you betting, Randy? I don't even know what the bet was. I posted on Twitter. Like, the bet was... Michael Violet says, Randy, I'll bet you 10 million OMI we don't hit 5 cents by end of year. You game. So I tried like mad to try to get, but guy's not having it though. Because again, I want to pay for the deal. I'm not just gonna take his word for it. Myerson Rand says, you should bring a digital version of Dashie to the party. We must practice what we preach. That's a good point. Make Dashie an NFT. Yoga Pereira says, make a PSA 10 box for Dashie for security measures. I think I'm just going to have to hire a big barreling shoulders, like standing right next to Dashie, and have him go to each person and be like, you break Dashie, I'll break you. And then, I need a giant person to do that. How's it going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. Aldous House says, don't you dare put Dashie in harm's way. Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Things could get crazy, hectic, out of control. I'll put Dashie in like a corner, and everyone could go so. There's nothing that could be knocked over, and I'll have probably 2 guards watching Dashie the whole night. Jimin says, "What do you think Omi will hit this year and each quarter?" Assuming we get exchanges in late March. I would say that we could hit 2 cents by late March. Yeah, if we have, but that's if we have good. What do you call it? That's if we have good exchanges. I think Q2, we'll definitely hit 5 to 8 cents. Maybe 10, assuming we have good exchanges and assuming we're still in a bull market. Assuming both those things occur, I think we can get up to 10 cents by the end of Q2, which would be maybe June. Which I don't know if the bull market will stay for that long, but who knows? And then Q3 and Q4 will probably be in bear market, so we'll probably be whatever we gain, we'll lose like 80% of, give or take, maybe 70% of, maybe 60. I don't know. Mirestone Rand says, just get a life-size Dashie cake made. That's a big cake. That is a big cake. I don't know if I could do that. Lynn X says, Arya can be bodyguard. I mean, he'll be there. I don't know if he'll be bodyguard though. The velvet rope around Dashie. That's a good point. I probably should have that. Okay. No, it fell on the floor. This floor's so dirty. Okay. I'm going to have to take I'm going to spray some alcohol on that so that kind of self-cleans itself. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm not that germophobic, but I'm a little germophobic. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. All right, sorry. What are we going to do here? What did I do last time? She says she wants to end it all, but she's all alone in her room. She cries. The demons that she hides are all she knows. Maybe she could fall in love with someone in her life that she could trust and tell her she's enough. Yeah, tell her she's enough. No one heard her when she said, maybe I'm better off dead. If I was, would it finally be enough? Shout out all the voices in my head. Everyone watch at Hey David Donna, at King Mavs Forever, all on the Twitter. You got Standoff Chart and King Mavs on the Veve app, ChaviCat5 as well. You got Kobe Collection, Only Player One over on the YouTube. Also on the YouTube, you got Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheek TV, Las Vegas, Tabs Trades, Mars Davis, Lakers of Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Charles Merkel, Veve Darklink, Cavell Anderson, and Veve Vibes, like I said, all on the YouTube. You got Powers of X #1 over here, Colby Collects down here. You got at What Wizard Veve and Gary O at 1234CA3 on the Twitter. You got DerekBrad.com/pages/Veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. Okay, moving on. JJ says, with Veve having confirmed licenses for car companies, do you think Tesla x Veve could ever be a thing? Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think SpaceX beforehand, but yes, I definitely do. Yeah. Okay. So Shaw says, banks are getting into crypto this year. It will be bullish. Heck yeah, it is. Lenex is giving me that smile. Robert Stennett says, tickle me pink. Almo? Like, tickle me pink Almo? I don't know what that means. I do have to utilize the latrine, but I'm going to be a man of my word, and I'm going to... Today I effed up by moaning during a Google Meet. I cannot wait to read that. But I'm going to see if the market is open. It is not open. So I will read this Tifu. Today I fudged up by moaning during a Google Meet. A couple of hours ago, I had to attend a mandatory Google Meet for an after-school club. It's important to note that I have rather severe social anxiety, and I do not like talking during these meets or in any way drawing attention to myself. I can tell where this is going. Unfortunately, questions were being asked, and everyone had to respond. Even worse, my mic suddenly decided to stop working. There was an awkward silence as people waited for me to answer the question, and I frantically typed out my answer, an excuse for not being able to speak. Crisis averted. And to avoid this from happening again, I typed out the rest of my answers in advance. However, unlike when typing in a Google Doc, pressing enter sends what you wrote. It does not go down to the next line. Cue another panic as I realized I interrupted someone with an answer to a question I had not yet been asked. I quickly apologized and in anxiety-fueled rage, moaned in frustration. Boom! Mic turns on. Someone briefly informed me that my mic seems to have started working. I chose to ignore them and instead stared at my computer screen in horror for the next couple of minutes. The next time it was my turn to speak, it was about 15 minutes later. I casually mentioned that I figured out the problem and proceeded as if nothing had happened. I don't know how many people noticed, nor do I know when my mic stopped and then suddenly started working. All I know is that this will haunt me for the rest of my days. TLDR, anxiety created my mic not working, caused me to moan in frustration. Mic decided to turn on in the exact moment. Oh my god, dude, that is such a troll. That's amazing. Milestone Rant says, I'm not convinced banks being into crypto is a good thing. Real crypto people might bail. Why? Why would real crypto people bail? Like, it's not like they're taking ownership of your crypto. It's not like they're saying, hey, put your crypto in this bank, although they'll probably try to. Not going to work. At least not for real crypto people. It won't work. Put your crypto in this bank. I guarantee that's what they're going to try to do. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that would work. And again, if I have a bunch of OMI. If other banks decide to get into OMI, no way am I selling. Not that I'm a bank. I'm not. Robert Stennett says that song, it was from a band I used to listen to. Oh, no, that was called Better Off Dead. and that was from Sleeping with Sirens, I think. Let me check. Although now I'm really curious what Tinkle Me Pink is. Because if that's... All right, hold on. Better Off Dead. Yes, that is Sleeping with Sirens. But let me see what Tickle Me Pink is. Tickle Me Pink. Oh, lyrics. All right, here we go. Tickle me pink, and rosy as a flush red apple skin, except never been a sweet. Maybe the people inside your head, for sure they won't be there when you're dead. Oh, okay, I could understand how this is very similar. Pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead. Okay, yeah. No, it's similar, but it is not. But I really want to see, I want to hear what that sounds like. So I'll save that up there for right meow. Right meow. Moving on. DW says, but the other 99% of the world will follow the banks as crypto would be mass adopted. Marcel Rand says, bank equals regulations and loss of anonymity. Yes, but that's true. No reason to say that it can't happen on the outer net, though. Like, hey, here's a thumb drive filled with, $9 million worth of crypto. There you go. That's a good point. I mean, I think you could be anonymous with crypto still, even if again, you'd have cash deals going on, cash all the time, and banks don't. Banks can't track that. I mean, you'd have to, because again, you could spend cash. You don't have to put it into a bank account. I think the same would happen with crypto. I think we'll find ways around it. Paulus is Sleeping with Sirens. That Robert said, yeah, Sleeping with Sirens, dude. I once saw this amazing emo concert in like the early 2010s. It was Sleeping with Sirens, Falling in Reverse, Black Veil Brides. Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. Dito says there has to be some regulation with mass adoption, otherwise it would be just chaos. Laughs and chaos. Smirks and chaos. R says, does Trust Wallet report crypto holdings and transactions to the IRS? And Sierra in Canada and the US? I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think they could. Like, how would they know who you are? Robert Simon says, thanks. Jim says, is there a website that tells you what things sold for history? Not for Veve yet. I'm pushing to try to get that done, but not yet. Super Duper Hank says, good morning, Randy. I just thought of something random. The original Pokemon Game Boy game, did Bill actually fuse his DNA with another Pokemon? Or are we going to ignore how he was able to do that? Well, no. He what he did was actually more complicated. Blaine did that. Blaine fused his DNA with Pokemon's. He fused his with Mewtwo. Because the Mew clones all kept dying. They needed something else. The sequence was not complete. Whether it was cytosine, thymine, guanine, uracil, there was something that was missing. So Blaine put his own DNA in Mewtwo and put Mewtwo's DNA in him, controlled it with his arm and a spoon. But what Bill did was much more complicated. He kept everything he just swapped consciousness with the Pokemon. He swapped consciousness with the Rattata. I think it was a Rattata, which is infinitely more complicated. And I don't know how he did it. I don't know what that machine was. It just, splicing or putting one DNA inside animal inside Pokemon, that is one thing. But to swap consciousness with, and just absolutely, like, by God. That was ridiculous. That's my thoughts on it. Firestone Rant says crypto is chaos. Super Duper Hank says, Bill used his body to create a new Pokemon. It wasn't a new Pokemon, or unless that was in the later games, which I don't remember. I think it was just, I'm about to go play this at 1000x speed right now. No, I don't think, it was just he swapped with another Pokemon. It was like a Rattata, if I'm not mistaken. Moving on. I really have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to wait until his market opens, though. Okay. Market is open. Comics, Iron Fist. There's only 4 of these Iron Fist. It's at $3,000, not going to last. Only 20 of these. They're $50 for the common, also not going to last. Moving on. Brownie says 2010s were OP. 2010s were great, Brownies. Any guess what we can list our NFT on Immutable X? I'm not sure. Hopefully next quarter. We'll see. I'm going to go back to the Veve app, and I'm going to
see what other stuff is going for. Oof. Slingshot says, any guess when we can list our... I have no idea. My son Rand says, try not to be negative. Just saying, be careful what you wish for. Agreed. Cheers. Super just saying, thank you, sir. Adam says, hey, Randy, hope you're doing well. Do you still genuinely believe Omi, R2D2, Todd, Batman will be at least 2x? Yes. Well, the Todd and R2D2, no one's sure of. But Omi, 100%. 4x, 8x, whatever it will be. Anyway, guys, I have to bounce. Thank you so much for the super chats. Jay, this Pokemon Adventures manga is so good. It's amazing. Go read it. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Bye.